You cannot feel deeply connected to other people if you are disconnected from yourself. Hi everybody, I'm Greg from Heart Tools, where we make it simple to build great relationships. And as I have coached people in building great relationships, I've discovered that beneath the problem of creating connection with other people, there is a more fundamental problem, and that is many people are disconnected from themselves. They are really disconnected from who they are. They're disconnected from what they love and what they want and what they need. They're disconnected from what their values are. They're disconnected from their goals or their dreams or their purpose. And the list goes on and on and on. And if you are disconnected from your own heart in this way, then it's really not possible to create a sense of connection with other people. So we're going to begin a series of videos that will help you gain a more robust and deep and richly nuanced picture of who you are, which will not only set you up to create connection with other people, it will also set you up to look for a more robust and deep and richly nuanced picture of the people you're in relationship with. So as we begin this process of growing in your self-awareness, I want to begin with this question. Who and what do you love? Who are the people that you love? And what are the things that you love? And I want to expand this question in this way because for some of us that who do you love, what do you love sounds fairly intense. And to make sure that we flesh this out completely, I want you to add who and what do you really, really like, and who and what do you enjoy. Capture all three of those levels in your life. Who do you love? Who do you really like? Who do you enjoy? And what are the things that you love? What are the things you really, really like? And what are the things you enjoy? And finally, as we kind of round out this question, I want to add the past tense because that will be important also for understanding your heart. And so if you really enjoyed being part of your high school basketball team, then I want you to think about that as well, even though it's not a current reality. So who and what do you love and did you love? Who and what do you really, really like or did you really, really like? And who and what do you enjoy or did you enjoy? And the practical step that I would encourage you to take with this video is to sit down and have two different brainstorming sessions, each about 15 to 20 minutes. And the first one is around the question, who do I love? Who do I really, really like? And who do I enjoy? And also include the past tense. And then a second session on what do I love? What do I really, really like? What do I enjoy? Plus the past tense of those questions. And each of them be about 15 to 20 minutes long. And let me give you some guidelines to make these brainstorming sessions more helpful and productive for you. The first is capture your brainstorming ideas. Write them down, type them into a computer, capture them in some way. And that's for a couple reasons. The first is if you're capturing ideas, your brain will keep giving you more ideas. If your brain notices you're not doing anything with it, it will stop giving you ideas. But the second reason is once you've captured all these ideas down, we're going to use them in the next video to help you create connection with other people. So you don't want to have to go back and redo this work. The second guideline is to capture everything in the order that it comes to mind. And so you may have a really important idea come to you at first, capture it. You may have another idea come next that you think is not nearly as important, capture it anyway. And the reason for that is the part of your brain that evaluates things is actually working against the part of your brain that brainstorms and will shut it down. So if something comes to your mind and you think, 8 years ago, I went canoeing and I really enjoyed it, right? Don't evaluate that and don't tell yourself, well, if you really liked it, you would have gone again by now, so maybe you don't like it. Don't evaluate it, just capture it. There will be time later to evaluate these ideas, but right now you're just kind of in exploration and discovery mode. A third guideline, and this also has to do with evaluation, is as you're capturing these things, don't evaluate whether or not you should really, really like that thing or really enjoy that thing. Because one of the things that we're going to be trying to do through this process of self-awareness is help you have an integrated picture of who you really are. Not an idealized picture of who you are, but this is who I really am, and I'm made up of good things and bad things and ugly things, and there's a whole big picture, and I want to have that self-awareness. Now, you're not going to share that with everybody, but you need to know who you are. And for the connections that are in what we've called the deeper end of the pool, the high trust relationships, you want to have a picture in your own mind of this is who I really am, you know, without the facade, and be able to share those high risk things with those people. And then the fourth guideline is to move from categories to concrete examples. And so it may come to your mind, man, I really love reading, I love books, but move from that category to more and more specific and concrete examples. So you go from I really love to read to, man, I really love this author, and I really love these books by this author, and I really love this quality from these books and these scenes from these books, and the way, and I love the way this passage moved me, right? You want to get to concrete examples because that's where the self-awareness really starts to grow and build. Now, what you may discover as you do these two practice sessions on who do you love and what do you love is you may discover there are parts of yourself that you really want to explore more. And so you might discover that, boy, I really love sports, and you just want to do another 15 to 20 minute brainstorming session on all the sports you love and the sports you loved playing and the experiences you had there and the sports you love to watch and your favorite moments and what you love about them, right? Or you may just go, boy, I really love being a parent. And so you may want to do a separate brainstorming session at some point just on what do I love so much about being a parent? What were the things that really moved me? What were the things that touched my heart? What were the hard things that broke my heart? But boy, it sure was worth it, right? And each time you take a new area of your heart and just say, what is it that I love about this, and explore it, then your ability to understand yourself and your opportunities to connect yourself with other people will grow. Now, here's one thing that may happen as you're brainstorming. It's a fairly common experience in that as you start making your list, you're really not in a brainstorming creative phase yet. You're just kind of in a regurgitation phase. It's the stuff that comes easily to mind, and there's not a whole lot of discovery and exploration there, and you'll hit a phase where it seems like there's not a whole lot left, and that's when you really want to start brainstorming and allow your mind to come up with different examples and start chasing ideas down different trails, and that's where some of the creative exploration and self-discovery will happen. So there'll be a lot of stuff that comes to mind, and then there'll be a period where you can't think of anything, and then there'll be a period where it will just skyrocket, and you'll capture a lot of new stuff that wouldn't normally come to mind immediately to you. Now, in our next video, we're going to talk about how to use what you've learned here in order to create connection with other people. But for this video, practice this simple step. 2 brainstorming sessions, each about 15 to 20 minutes. The first one, who do I love, really, really like and enjoy? What do I love, really, really like and enjoy? And begin the process of building a more robust picture of who you are. Simple steps, practice, practice, practice. That's what Heart Tools is all about.